Hi, hi everyone. Okay, quickly let me know if you can hear me. Who all are here? Hi Bhavna, good afternoon. Okay, pretty good. Fine. So, as per the deal, what we have today? Oh, some problem with this? Nope, it's not working. Not at all. Fine. I'll just try so that we can do something about it. Ah, I believe it is going to work now. Yeah, we are good to go. Fine. Quickly join in so that we can start with this work. So, as we know that we were going to talk about the para completion questions today, right? Keeping that in mind, now what exactly is a para completion? So, something that belongs to your paragraphs, right? So, the paragraphs would be given across and there would be a blank. Now, that blank can be the first sentence, it can be the last sentence, or it can be anywhere in the paragraph, right? And what you have to do is you need to come across and find what exactly should be written out there so that you can get the complete meaningful paragraph, right? Now, this is a very intriguing question. Why? Because, see, I simply believe that when you learn about doing these kind of questions, like especially para completion, para summary, so you get a more thorough knowledge about reading an RC, right? So that's why it is quite important for us. Fine. So let's start with this and let's see where we stand. Coming across to it, the first one, okay? So a blank is given across and then they have given a paragraph. I'm going to give you somewhere around 2 minutes to do this question, okay? Because this is your first question with me right now, so I'm going to give you 2 minutes. Start with this. Okay, Paris says D, Bhavna says A. Who else is there? Okay, Yash also says A. Anu says A. Fine. Let's start with this. Right. When you read this, can you tell me like what was the problem you faced? Was there any kind of problem? You liked reading, or there was some problem when you were going across with this? No, it was fine. Okay, Yash. Fine. Could you eliminate the options? Do let me know, huh? I'm gonna start reading with you. There's a blank, which means this is going to be the first blank, okay? Now there is a first blank, so definitely it would be talking about some kind of introduction, right? Or it can be some kind of theme that it would be talking about, or it might be, definitely it cannot be an example or something, right? It cannot be some kind of argument, right? Uh, as in like, some judgment. So these would not be there, right? Some statement, and it would be a broad statement, but not a very broad statement, because the rest of it has to be, coherent to it, right? Okay, so let's see what goes. So let's read this. What does it say? It says, dash, the study conducted over 5 years clearly established that regular exposure to green spaces had a significant impact on the mental health of participants. Okay, fine. Respondents reported lower stress level, better sleep quality, and an overall sense of well-being. Easy to understand. Interestingly, even virtual exposure to nature through videos or images showed positive results. Okay, this challenges conventional assumption that only physical presence in nature yields benefit. Right. Okay. So what we understood was they started something to do with this space, the green space, and all that. So let's have, in today's urbanized world, nature is often seen as a luxury. Can I have this as my answer? Can this be my answer? It says nature is often seen as a luxury. And then it says the study conducted over 5 years clearly established that regular exposure to green spaces had a significant impact on the mental health of participants. So if we say this, can I say before that it has been seen in today's urbanized world, nature is often seen as a luxury? Does it go well? So for the timing, because you have given the answer A, I'm keeping it for the timing, right? Let's go to the B. B says the pharmaceutical industry has failed to address rising anxiety levels. Nothing to do with anything which is written out there. So B part goes away. Pharmaceutical industry was not discussed out here, so we are not going to get into that. C part. Cities are becoming concrete jungles with minimal vegetation. Can I remove this or can I keep it? See what it says. Cities are becoming concrete jungles with minimal vegetation. So there is very less vegetation around us. The nature has shrunk. Okay. But look out here. The study conducted over 5 years clearly established that regular exposure to green spaces had a significant impact on the mental health. Therefore, the C part can be kept. We cannot remove it. Why? Because at first we are talking about what the problem is, that they are becoming concrete jungles, and then we say that study conducted over 5 years clearly established, something like that, right? So we are talking in those terms, right? So that's why I can keep C. Let's go to D. Nature documentaries are becoming more popular than ever. It is a very wider thought process, right? So that's why D part goes away, right? It's not actually talking about the, these regular exposure to green spaces or something like that. It is just talking about nature documentaries, which can be anything, right? So goes away. A and C. Okay, last chance. Come across. One more chance. What do you think is the right answer? Yeah, between A and C. A says, in today's urbanized world, nature is often seen as a luxury. C says, cities are becoming concrete jungles with minimal vegetation. What would you go for? Okay, Shreyans says C. Anu says C. Okay, Anu has changed her answer. Okay, what about the rest? Are you going to keep A as your answer or you're going to shift to C? Paris, have you understood that D part cannot be my answer? I hope you have understood that. Okay, Bhavna says A. Harshit says C. Bhavyanshi says A. Okay, let's come back to this. When I say in today's urbanized world, nature is often seen as a luxury, does this sentence, does this statement bring across the thought process that we are supposed to do some kind of study out there? The study conducted over 5 years? Rather, if I say the cities are becoming concrete jungles with minimal vegetation, that is giving me the problem statement, and this is coming across as an what? As an effect of that, right? We can say that study conducted over 5 years. Yes or no? Check it and tell me. So the right thought process out here will not be A, the answer will be C. Fine. Anyone who has a doubt, please ask me. I'll try to explain again, and or else we can go across. C is right. Okay. Yes. Yes. C is actually right. So as you can see, these para completion questions, they can be a bit tricky. You have to be very clear about the broad concepts, okay, the thematic concepts, fine, and more than that, the coherence is the most important part. Why? Because there has to be a fluency out here, right? The thought process has to be fluent. You need to understand what would follow the statement, right? Right? And that is how it is. Fine. Okay, cool. Okay, Bhavna. Let's move on to the next question. Once again, 2 minutes it is. Okay, Paris, Yash, Anu, Bhavyanshi, Nivedita, Bhavna, Harshit. Everyone has come across with the answer A. Fine. Let's see, are you correct? Dash. They are not just devices but serve as personal assistants, entertainment hubs, and productivity tools, which means this line is actually telling us about how they function, how they are growing, right? Okay. With each software update, smartphones become more integrated into users' daily lives, influencing how they communicate, shop, and even think. Their evolution reflects society's dependence on digital convenience and instant access. Keeping this in mind, let's come across to the A part. The role of smartphones in our lives has undergone a dramatic shift. It is talking about something to do with the role, and it is talking about a dramatic shift in that, okay? They are not just devices but serve as personal assistants. Okay, I'll not remove A because you said A. B part comes across as mobile phones were once considered luxury gadgets. Okay, can I remove this? Should I remove B? Shreyansh, you're playing a political card out here, man. So you say A and then you say that it can be B. So a bit, dicey. I need one answer and the reason behind it. Okay, let's come across. The B part definitely cannot go. Just think of it. In the first sentence, the introductory sentence, it is said it was once considered luxury gadgets, and then it says they are not just devices, which is actually, associative with the gadgets, okay, but serve as personal assistants. So this was the sentence, and then we are actually argumenting on that, and we are contrasting the thought process, right? While the A part says the role of smartphones in our life has undergone a dramatic shift, which is like, it's almost like a summary, right? It's a judgment, right? Rather than introduction. Don't you think so? A, because the passage talks about the shift in the usage of smartphones in our lives. Paris, in that case, look at this carefully. Each software update becomes more integrated into users' daily lives. This is the role that it is playing. But when we are talking about the first one, they are not just devices but serve as personal assistants, entertainment hubs, and productivity tool. This part is actually has to what? Contrast to what the first thing was saying. Don't you think so? Yeah? Then come across. C part. Developers continue to launch apps with poor privacy measures. Hello? Does not talk about anything, right? It is totally out of scope. Next we come across D part. People use phones primarily for calling and texting. So again, no, definitely not, right? So this is something like, okay, but not the kind of, introduction you would look out for. So the options which we have out here is A and B, and you have to choose the better one out here. So which one would it be? I feel it further explain how their integration affects lifestyle and shift in their uses. Yes, Bhavyanshi, definitely right you are. But that is basically starting from the third line, not in the second line itself, right? Okay. A elaborates perfectly the shift of mobile phones. B, as it mentions gadgets, and the next sentence talks about not just device. Yes, yes, Abhinav, that is the thought process. And that is why the better answer out here, what did I say? The better answer, not the right answer, but the better answer would be B, right? This line would generally be a summary or, a sum up if I write it at the end, right? Everything said like that, and then I can say the role of smartphones in our lives has undergone dramatic shift. This also gives us a chronological order, like till now what was happening and now what has happened, right? So that is why the better answer is B. Has everyone understood? Okay, so what really happens is, like, when we going to start with these concepts and everything, in the concept classes we are also going to talk about how these things matter, what is to be seen, how it is to be seen, what should be your reading criteria, what should be your interpretation. So everything would matter in that case, right? Okay, let's start with the next question. Question number 3. Yep. 2 minute. But the second sentence talks about the how smartphones have evolved in our lives. Shouldn't it be A since it introduces the shift? No, Paris. See, when I talk about something, right? So how do I go about? Till now, things were easy. Okay, but modern day has made things difficult. So how do I shift, right? But if I say the very first line as things are getting uncomfortable, modern day has made things difficult. So actually what am I doing? I'm just paraphrasing the thing. I'm not actually bringing across the contrast, right? So out here, when we are introducing a paragraph, more of an introduction which is aligned with the thought process and not paraphrased should be written across, right? Yes, Abhinav, this is what it is. Because see, that's why these para completion and para summary I would always choose para summary before para completion, because para summary is much more easier than para completion, right? Because out here you have to create that flow. If the flow is not there, then it is not going to work for us, right? I hope, Paris, you have understood. Okay, rest of you, please go on. Everyone. The skeptical one. Never mind, Paris. I'm sure this question you would be able to crack. Okay, Paris has given A, Bhavna has given A, Abhinav has given A, Anu has given A, Nivedita has given A, Bhavyanshi has given A, Harshit has given A. Okay, fine. So that's a lot of A out here. I don't know whether the answer is correct. What do you suggest? Is the answer correct? Or should I be skeptical about this answer? What do you say? Let's try. Art therapy has proven to be especially effective among children. Okay, so they are talking about something to do with art therapy. Especially effective, okay, among children, okay, with emotional and behavioral disorders. Cool. Through drawing, painting, or modeling, they are able to express emotions they struggle to articulate verbally. Easy. Therapists often find that these creative expressions reveal inner turmoil, trauma, or anxiety that would otherwise remain hidden. And then they have given the last sentence. Now, my question to you is, before I do the answer, was finding the last sentence easier than finding the first sentence? What do you say? So let's see. Such findings underscore, okay, therapists often find. So there was this find thing out there. Such findings underscore the value of integrating art therapy into school programs, okay? And B part says art supplies should be made cheaper for school children. Hey? Of all the things, why would I talk about that, right? C and D make assumptions and B talks about cost, so A is answer. Okay, Shreyanshi. Sorry, that is Shreyansh. Okay, fine. Let's see. C part. Most children prefer art over traditional therapy sessions. So we are not even talking about most children, so this part is out of scope. D part says the use of bright colors often reflects happiness in children. Again, this is like overall in a major sense, right? But out here we were talking about some people, some special children out here who had emotional and behavioral disorders, right? Okay, so D part goes away. The answer is A. Fine. So, guys, congrats. Your first correct answer for the whole class. That is good. Yes. Okay. Yeah, fine. Okay, we'll all do a bit of bhangra out here that we have finally cracked it. So again, the thing is what we learn from here, finding the first sentence might be a bit of, it's a bit of a jam out there, right? but the last sentences, they might be good for us, right? Why? Because it is almost talking about the sum up, it is almost talking about the outcome or some kind of solution or something like that, right? So that is still, doable. Yeah. Okay. Uh, Parzival, I don't even know what that means, whatever you have, the emote icon you have given across. Okay, let's move on. Try it out. Oh, this is also a last one. Let's see. Let's see if the streak works. If the streak is on. Okay, Paris has already given his answer. Abhinav has given the answer. Bhavyanshi, Rubal. Okay, Anmol. Everyone is saying A. Okay, Percival has given A. Anu says A. Yashvi says A. Fine. So plenty of A's out here. Let's see it works or not. What do you say? It works? Okay, let's see. Let's keep our fingers crossed. As climate change accelerates, coastal cities face increasing risk of flooding and erosion. Okay, ji. Many municipalities have begun constructing seawalls and investing in improved drainage systems. Okay. Others are opting for nature-based solutions such as restoring mangroves or wetlands to act as natural barriers. So everything was revolving around how people are saving themselves or trying to save themselves, or the kind of steps they have taken to save from the climate change and the coastal cities that are facing the problem of flooding and erosion. So they have got different ways. Okay, fine, let's keep it. These proactive steps are essential for building long-term urban resilience. Proactive steps, already mentioned, essential for building long-term urban resilience, right? So urban resilience, where they are trying to, now the problem would be, if you do not know what is resilience, quickly let me know what is the meaning of resilience, right? Yeah, Percival, I could understand this one. Rubel also. Yeah. Tell me, what is resilience? If someone is resilient, what does that mean? So there, I gave it to someone and he actually broke it into re and silence. He did not even see that I, the extra I out there. He simply said like, sir, re silent, sir. Yeah, what is it? Unaffected, staying strong, bounce back from some difficulties. Yes, perfect. Absorbing any impact. Yes, you are correct. Okay, so resilience is when you are fighting back, right? You are just that we are not going to undergo, we are not going to give in, we are going to fight back. So that is your resilience, right? So it's a nice word. It's going to be used every time we are practicing for CAT, NMAT and everything. Fine. You also have to be resilient, right? Okay. Push back to difficulties. Very good. Keeping that in mind, let's go back. Let's see what can be done. So these proactive steps are essential for building long-term urban resilience. Yes, because it is in the urban areas, the coastal areas or something like that, the city areas, and therefore we can keep it for the time being. B part. Tourists will avoid flood-prone destinations in the future. We were not even talking about tourism. It was something to do with how the cities handling them, right? So that's why B part goes away. C says such environmental issues are common in developing countries. Nothing to do with developing countries or developed countries. So definitely C part does not stand. The D part, most cities ignore climate change entirely. Hey, this cannot be the ending part, right? If it would have been the first sentence, could I have come across with most cities ignore climate change entirely as climate change accelerates, coastal cities face increasing? Can it be the first sentence? Definitely it can be the first sentence. So therefore D part goes away. And what is my answer? The answer is A, all the way. Let's go. Awesome, guys. You have done awesome. So there were 2 questions for the last sentence, the last blank, and you could see that it was done easily, right? Congratulations, right? Stop biting your nails now. Yeah. Come in NMAT and SNAP. Yes, Abhinav, we can have these kind of questions out there. So we would have to practice all these questions because NMAT can come across with para completions, para summaries and everything. Okay. Parzival, if you ask me, fine, after few days of practice, this would be called as an easy thing. This part was easy. The first question, yeah, where we were filling the first blank, that would be called as moderate, okay? Right? Good enough, guys? Can we do it again? Let's see. Do we have a hat trick out here? So, okay. So this time it is somewhere in the middle, right? It is the second sentence, okay? Let's see, let's see. All the best, guys. Okay, so I've got plenty of answers out here. Paris, Bhavna, Aman, Anu, Parzival. Then we have got Yashvi, Abhinav, Anmol, Akuma. Then we have got Prachi and Bhavyanshi and so many more. Okay, and everyone has come across with B. Let's see if it is B or not. Fine. Athletes must train not just their bodies but also their minds. Easy. Then there is a gap out there. This mental fortitude often makes the difference between good and great performance. Okay. This mental fortitude. Whether it's visualization, mindfulness, or managing pressure during critical moments, psychological strength plays a crucial role in sports success. So this whole part is actually talking about something to do with the mental thing only. Let's see. Many professional players work closely with sports psychologists. Okay. Can I keep this? Because there is psychologist written, I'll keep it for the time being. Let's see. Physical fitness alone does not ensure a championship win. Definitely I can keep it because this mental fortitude often makes the difference between good and great. Okay, something like that. So I can keep this as well. Most athletes are driven by the desire to earn money. Forget. Young athletes are often pressured by their parents to succeed. Forget. So we are left with A and B. Okay. So this is basically your classic 2x2 question, right? So we have got A and B. A part says many professional players work closely with sports psychologists. Fine. And this physical fitness alone does not ensure a championship win. Which one would I take? Now there is like, a tad bit of fight out here. Okay. Let's see. What do I do? Which one would you go for and why? Many professional players work closely with sports psychologists. This mental fortitude often makes the difference between good and great performance. Good enough? If it says physical fitness alone does not ensure a championship win, because at the end of the day, it is talking about crucial role in sports success, right? And then it says this mental fortitude often makes. But the problem out here that is standing with me is, can you tell me what is that one word that is actually, giving me a problem? What is that one word? There is just one word. Eliminated A because of many, okay, as it's a generalization for me. Okay, fine. Fine. But why is that? See, professional players is actually talking about athletes. Many means many of them, not all of them, right? So I cannot remove them. So generalization would have been if I would have said all the players, right? Many means some of them, not all, right? Keeping that in mind. Yes, Paris. Yes, that is the word. That is the word which is working bizarrely for me, right? It's not giving me the chance to get B as my answer. Why? Because B says physical fitness alone does not ensure a championship win. If I take that, how can I say this mental fortitude? But then again, if I say many professional players work closely with sports psychologists, right? So psychologists would provide with what? The mental fortitude that they need, and this mental fortitude often makes the difference. And that is why the better answer is A. Has everyone understood? Has everyone get it? Got it, got it, got it. Yes, Paris. Very good. What you have understood right now is the most crucial part of cracking any paper, especially in English, right? Whenever we talk in terms of, whenever we are talking about the English subject, so at times there are correct answers and at times there are better answers, right? So out here, I would always suggest try to find out the better option, right? Okay. Sorry, Parzival, but never mind. We can always do better in the next question, right? Okay, let's see. Okay, try it out. This is actually an easy one. Okay, fine. Paris, Rubal, Aman, Abhinav, Bhavyanshi, Yashvi, Anu, Anmol. Everyone has come across with A, right? What about you, Parzival? You have not given answer as yet. The rise of remote work has transformed how businesses operate. Can anyone tell me what is remote work? What exactly is remote work? Okay, Akuma says C, Bhavna says C. Let's see. Nivedita says A, Paris. Oh, work from home. Oh, okay. Is it so? Is it actually so? So it is not necessarily from home, it can be any place because it is talking about remote. So which means he's not coming to the office, so he might be anywhere. He might be, in a beach resort and working every day out from there. So hardly matters. We are not getting into that, though I would definitely love to have a job like that. I would be teaching you by the beaches of Goa and sorry, got carried away. Yeah, let's move in. The rise of remote work has transformed how businesses operate. So remote work, it is being talked about the remote work part. However, there's a blank. However, many companies are still navigating challenges related to collaboration and employee engagement in a virtual environment. So there is some problem out there, but there is a however out here. Before that, something else can be done. Let's see. So whatever is written, maybe it would be following the thought process from the first itself, right? Yes, Paris, can be. Okay, employees are finding it easier to maintain work-life balance. Okay, now this is a positive thing. It is talking about the first sentence and the second sentence, they are getting aligned out here. And after that, I say, however, many companies are still navigating the challenges, which means it is going against that, which can actually be possible. So I'm not removing A right now. Okay, B part. Some employees have started laying off remote workers. I could have taken that, but then again, just think of it. Why is it that B cannot be taken out here? Because if B is saying like they have started laying off remote workers, okay, which means it is actually going to talk about what? The contradiction, right? However, yet, or something like that. But that part, that transition is not coming out here or out here for that matters. In that case, B cannot be my answer. Understood? Right? Easy. Let's go to the C part. Companies now spend more on commercial rent. What? Not working with this. However, many companies are still navigating. So it was basically talking about the remote workers, basically, not about any kind of capital like commercial rent or something like that, right? Office gossips, forget about it. Okay, we got an answer. What is the answer? The answer is A, all the way. Yes. Congratulations, guys. C is out of scope. C is wrong. Yes, yes, yes. So what's the right answer? Akuma, I hope you have understood. Akuma, just let me know. If you have not understood, do let me know. I'll help you out with that. Pretty good? Yeah. Bhavna, you're happy or not? You're giving me mixed emotions out here, man. Oh, these are those happy tears. Khushi ke aansu, huh? Okay, okay. Sure, Parzival. What really happened out here was, of course, C and D got removed. You could understand that very easily, right? So C and D, forget about it. Yeah, it goes away. We are left with A and B. Just think, why would I talk about some employees have started laying off remote workers? This might come out here, but if I write it out here, then I would need a transition. You know what is a transition? Like if I say moreover, it would be talking on the same, in the same tone, right? If I'm not using moreover, if I'm using however, then what would happen? It would be, the tone would be changed, right? It would be a different tone. So in that case, I cannot have it out here. So B part, because it does not have any transition in that, so it would get removed. And what would it be? The answer would be A. Okay, do let me know, Parzival. Okay, let's move in. Yeah, once again, do it. Never mind, Bhavna. We can start working on it and it will slowly, gradually, you'll get over with it. Fine. So Paris, Akuma, Rubal, Aman, Abhinav, Anmol, Nivedita, Anu, Bhavna, Yashvi, Sarthak. Okay, everyone has come across with A as answer. We'll see whether it is right or wrong. I'll just play a bit of psyche with you. Just think of it, so many answers and they all have been A. Do you think so that this would also be A? Yeah, it's actually a game, but I just want to tell you one thing. What really happened, so I sat across for a paper, and what happened, I saw, there were like 10 questions out there, okay? And when I was doing those 10 questions, what really happened was, the first 5 questions, they all were A. The answer was A. I had to mark option A. And what really happened after that was, I was totally freaked out. I said, like, how is it possible? How would an examiner come across and give across all the answers as A? And I started marking different answers. Though I started thinking like, no, it can be A. But then I started thinking, no, how can it be possible? All the 10 answers having A as their answers, all the 10 questions, how is it possible? See guys, it is nothing about how many times A would come, how many times B would come, right? The question is about getting the right answer. So it can be the whole paper has A, right? But don't don't take it otherwise. Sir ने कहा था A करना है, ले धेड़, don't do that, okay? We should not break the holy cycle. Okay, Abhinav, we'll keep that in mind. Okay, fine. So let's see what's your answer, whether it is A or not. Let's see. Children's literature often contains deeper moral lessons beneath seemingly simple stories. Stories, right? Dash. Such stories not only entertain but shape the ethical outlook of readers in their formative years. Okay? Fine, taken. Now let's see A part. Fables and fairy tales subtly promote values like honesty, bravery, and kindness, which clearly talks about, see, contains deeper moral lessons beneath seemingly simple stories. So I can, after that, I can definitely say fables and fairy tales subtly promote values like honesty and all that stuff, which is giving me an expansion of the idea. So definitely I can take that. So A part can be my answer. I'll keep it. Some books use fantasy elements for commercial appeal. Such stories not only entertain, definitely we are not going there. So this cannot be my answer. B part goes away. No fantasies out here. C part. Publishing houses often target young readers for higher sales. Again, it's going towards the sales and promotion part. Most children outgrow illustrated book by age 10. Nothing doing about whether they read or not. So that goes away. The answer is A. Yo. So, okay, my tuition teacher did same once in 12th to boost our confidence. Very good, Akuma. Percival, 10 minutes mein exam khatam. Okay, GV Chetan. A, but sir, aren't these questions a bit too easy? I mean to ask this, the level of the exam. Chetan, the thing is that, see, it's a complete journey, okay? The journey goes about, how do you start? Do you start with hard? Do you start with moderate? Or do you start with easy? So the most important part is, how do I connect the concept first, okay? Once your reading gets better, with every tide, I'm going to increase your level, fine? And I'm going to bring it to that level where any kind of question that comes across to you, whether it is easy or difficult, hardly matters to you. Another thing, Chetan, my guru once told me the real meaning of difficult question and an easy question, okay? He said, so we were like 2-3 people sitting out there. So he said, he asked me a question, I couldn't answer it. And he asked the same question to someone else. And actually it was not even he, it was a she. She answered it correctly. So he simply said that this paper automatically becomes difficult for you as you cannot answer it. So if there is a question you cannot answer, the pattern or level is automatically difficult. And if you can answer it, then it might be difficult for others, but for you it is easy and doable. Understood? So forget about everything else. Yes, Sebastian, hardly matters. Definitely, Chetan, and I'm looking forward to teach as much as possible to you people, and you better make me proud by cracking the paper. Let's move on. So once again, guys, on 15th of August, we are launching the NMAT and SNAP batch. And of course, you already know these many things are happening. Everything for your benefit, right? So we are going to have 5 days live classes and 20 full mocks, 4,000 plus practice questions, 24/7 doubt solving, mentorship classes, whatnot. So all you have to do is join the link, go to that link and start working. Do not live with a FOMO, rather get into it and crack the deal, right? Okay, let's move in. Let's go across to the next type of question that we have. Yeah, what is it? It's about para summary, right? Now let's see what happens in a para summary. So para summary is like I have a complete paragraph. All I have to do is I have to come across with one sentence that would give me the crux of everything out there. Fine? So remember that it is not that difficult. You can easily do it. Remember what we did in the RC class. We talked about the points of eliminations were what? Out of scope, right? Overstatement, understatement, and paraphrase, right? Keep that in mind. Let's go ahead, do it. Is it buffering? Yashvi, all you have to do is you have to go across to iQuanta, right? iQuanta.in and go into the cat one. Out there you'll find the NMAT and SNAP thing and you can check out there. Okay, so Akuma, Bhavyanshi, Bhavna, Anu, Rubal, given the answer. They say it is B. What about the rest? Okay, Sarthak says B, Dhruv says B, Siddhant says A. Okay. Abhinav says B. Let's see how it works. The push for renewable energy sources is no longer limited to environmentalists or scientists. Fine. So it is talking about the push for renewable energy limited to environmentalists or scientists no longer. Okay. Businesses across the globe have started investing in solar and wind energy. So even the business people, they have started working on it, investing in solar and wind energy to reduce operational costs. Moreover, governments are providing incentives and subsidies to accelerate the transition. Consumers too are more conscious, often preferring brands with a green footprint. Fine. Okay, so they all have come across with their thought process, right? When you read this, you could see that we are talking about businesses, we are talking about governments, we are talking about consumers, everyone working towards what? Renewable energy and all the green things happening, right? So let's see what can be the answer. Renewable energy is gaining popularity due to widespread environmental concerns. Renewable energy is gaining popularity due to widespread environmental concerns. Can this be my answer? Can this be a summary? So it does have all the points out there, right? It does, right? But then again, if you look at it, it says widespread environmental concerns, fine. But if you look at that, business across the globe have started investing in solar and wind energy to reduce operational cost. It was talking about cost as well. Governments are providing incentives and subsidies. So some financial point has to be there as well, right? B part, the demand for solar and wind energy is driven by a combination of economic and social factors. So if you look at it, it is talking about social factors, which is basically that we have to come across, we have become conscious, and renewable energy is needed. And it is not only about environmentalists or scientists, right? But it is also an economic factor. Fine. So it is actually covering. So I have to keep B. If I see A and B, definitely A can be removed out here safely, right? Why? Because B is talking about a better deal out here, right? C part. Governments and scientists are leading the new renewable energy movement. Now, this is understatement. Why? Because even consumers are in this, right? So C part goes away. D part. Businesses are hesitant to invest in clean energy due to high cost is totally contradictory. So this cannot be the answer. The only answer which is possible is B. Has everyone understood? What kind of question is this? Easy or difficult? What kind of question is this? Like doable or not? So definitely para summary is doable, right? Good. Let's move in. Yeah, all yours. No, Sarthak, generally para summary does not come across in theta. Para summary comes across in options. Okay. Para jumbles are the one which come across in theta. Arey, itni jaldi? Wow. Paris and Akuma have already given the answer. What about the rest? Rubel has given the answer. Anu has given the answer. Bhavna has given the answer. Yashvi has given the answer. Chetan has given the answer. Parzival, Nivedita, Anmol, plenty of answers out here. So it clearly shows that these questions are better than para completion, right? Okay, let's see. Modern education emphasizes critical thinking over rote memorizing. Memorization. So it is talking about modern education system, and it is talking about emphasizes critical thinking over rote memorization. Schools are now adopting what? Project-based learning, where students apply knowledge to real-world problems. Good. This method enhances engagement and helps retain information better. Assessments are also shifting towards evaluating problem solving abilities rather than just factual recall. Okay, fine, understood. So, what are the words we should be more like, thinking about? What are they? Talking about assessment, enhance engagement, helps retain information, no more rote learning, evaluating problem solving abilities rather than just factual recall. So if I look at it, they are more or less talking on the same ground, right? They are more or less talking on the same ground. So keeping that in mind, let's see. Project based learning is replacing traditional teaching entirely. Can I have this as my answer? So if I keep this as my answer, project-based learning is replacing traditional teaching entirely, then it would only be talking about project-based learning, right? Enhances engagement and helps retain information better. Assessments are also, see, it is also talking about assessments shifting to something, right? So this would be basically an understatement. But let me see the other ones, because an understatement can also be an answer if there are no other possible answers, right? Okay. The education system is evolving to prioritize application and critical skills. Definitely B can be a better answer. It can be a better answer than A. So A part goes away. C. Teachers no longer test students on factual information. Okay. Now see, someone at that time said about something to do with generalization and all that. if you look at it, teachers no longer test, which means like completely it has gone away, right? So which is again, this is more or less overstatement, or you can say like extreme point or generalization. So that's why C cannot be my answer. D part, students prefer group projects to exams. Nothing to do with that. My answer B. Guys, you did it and you got another answer correct. Till what time do these lectures go on normally? Yashvi, we generally have 2 to 3, okay? Para summary is doable till very difficult, but the problem is sentence arrangement or odd one out. Yes, Parsival. So what do? We do the rest of the questions. They have to become our forte. We have to be very good with that. And other than that, the ones which are difficult, we need to practice a lot on them. Understood? This is how we go about. Okay. So that your deal should be, maybe you should get at least 50% of the questions correct of those patterns which are a bit, dicey, right? Okay, so I don't have much time today with you guys because you already have some sessions aage. So that's why I'm gonna shift to something and I'm gonna share this file with you. I just want to tell you something that we have come across with CAT 2026, okay? And this is an early batch which is out there, and especially we have it for both the engineers and non-engineers, right? So we have got basic modules which is for the non-engineers, and we have got all the, the pundits of the industry who are coming across and teaching you out here, right? And then we have got for the engineers, we have got the advanced module where of course Abhishek Leela Pandey himself is going to help you and get you to your dream college, right? So don't miss this chance. And of course we have got Quant, VRC, LRDI, the whole course. We have got 600 plus hours, 500 plus hours and 500, which means a total of somewhere around, how much is that? I'm not a maths teacher, but still I'm gonna try. Oh, that is 1600 hours of live sessions, guys. Wow. And we have got assignments and quant questions, 3000, 2500. So that comes out to be 5000 plus 3000, 8000 questions you would be going through. My guys, it is actually an awesome thing, right? So keep that in mind and start working on it, right? This is one batch you would not like to miss, okay? So until the next class, keep practicing, keep dreaming, and help us to help you. Bye-bye, guys. Take care. Thank you, Sarthak. Palak, definitely I'll provide you classes on idioms as well. Sir, do you conduct more classes in a day? Yes, Yashvi, I have a jam-packed session. Thank you, Bhavna. Thank you. Okay then. Take care, guys. I hope you like the classes. Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye.